Good morning. Thank you for joining. I know everyone had a probably late night, fun night last night. So thank you for making time. My name is Angela Hood. I'm the founder CEO of AI for Jobs. We have unbiased matching technology that drops into your ATS so it's seamless for the user. I want you to first think about yourself instead of our company or what we do. You may have applied for the perfect job in the past and you're like, I nailed this application. I've spent 2 or 3 hours getting it in, and then you hear nothing. And you're like, what's wrong with me? It's not anything that's wrong with you. There's something wrong with our current process and our current technologies, and we can solve this problem. So we very simply drop into the ATS. We look at the job description, we look at the company that this job is at, and we look at the applicants, and we rank and score live, real time. We also look at jobs that the person should have applied for. Maybe they didn't know about it. Maybe there's a candidate bias. So we rescore them to other jobs because they've expressed interest to work for you. We look in the past and say, an applicant 3 months ago is perfectly suited for a new rec. Match them so you can reach out to them, and also look at your current employer database and match them to current recs. The point is to get people into jobs where they can excel and to get companies to find the right people that fit in those seats. That's where happiness happens. Implicit bias affects every single person in this room. Whether you know it or not, there's a point where someone has applied bias when they met you and you did not get the job or the promotion because of it. We can use technology to help us, but there's 500 biases. As a human, we can't manage all those biases in every conversation, and very careful development of technology will do this. Our customers report that they have found that 38% or more applicants were qualified for jobs that they had open when the person applied. Doesn't mean it was always the job that they applied for though, and that's key. They also report a 20x return on investment. So a lot of times when I give talks, people say, oh, this sounds very huggy, feely. Well, there is that part of it, but if it does not drive outcomes for companies, it won't work. You won't adopt it. So we have spent the last year doing one of the hardest things we've done, which is figuring out a way to make a user be able to integrate the technology in less than 6 minutes and for them to have real value delivered in 30. That is one of the hardest parts that we've done, but we found out that if the technology is not accessible, it doesn't do any good to anyone. The underpinning of this is 15.5 trillion matching events. That is a T, that is not a typo. And this is why we have learned which people work really well at which companies, in which jobs. We know information that there's no way an individual human can know. It's unreasonable to expect recruiters to know everything that a technology can. We deliver our technology via APIs. It works across the globe. It does drive diversity, but you also need to take an initiative around diversity and inclusion if you care about that part of it. It makes people happy, not just the candidates, not just the company, but also recruiters. Recruiters are people. They want to drive success for other people. That's why they got into the profession that they did. We need to assist that. So everyone asks me, so how do you do it? There's this diagram. There is 8 different technologies. If you want to come by our booth, 1953, I'm happy to talk to you about it. One of our core values is transparency, so I will tell you everything that's not proprietary. Our team, I was incubated at University of Cambridge. I was very fortunate to have access to individuals, some of the greatest minds in the world that helped me because they also had suffered from bias. Then I went and found a world-class team from Walt Disney, Indeed, Talent Rover, Bullhorn, Salesforce, and we all said, how are we going to build this at scale? Passion led us here because it matters. This is what we're working towards. I hope you will join us in doing something right. This room is the room that changes this. I'm not going to change it. You will. Thank you.
All right, fantastic job. Very well done.